Maharshi Patanjali Muni Pranitam Yogasutram, presenting the Yogasutram of Maharshi Patanjali with the commentary of Maharshi Vyasa, translated and presented by Kuldip Dhiman. Historical background. Like most other Indian systems, the origins of yoga are also shrouded in the midst of time. Artifacts excavated from the Indus Saraswati sites make it clear that yoga was known to them. Coming to the Vedic age, there are over 100 mantras in the Vedic Samhitas related to yoga. All Upanishads have elements of yoga in them, but there is a group of 20 Upanishads that specifically deal with yoga. They are called Yoga-Upanishads. Yoga is central in some form or the other to Jainism, Buddhism, Tantra, the Bhakti tradition, Sikhism, and innumerable other systems. Although Patanjali wrote the Yogasutram, he was not the progenitor of yoga. He formulated and systematized the principles of yoga in the Yogasutram. Yoga existed long before him. Coming to Patanjali, he is supposed to have made immense contributions in at least 3 areas: grammar, medicine, and yoga. He wrote a monumental commentary called Mahabhashya on Panini's treatise of grammar. He also wrote influential medical texts called Patanjali Tantra, and of course he wrote the seminal Yogasutram. By doing so, he cleared the impurities of speech, the body, and the mind. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yogpakkarottam pravaram muninam Patanjalim pranjalirana tosmi. I bow to Patanjali, the greatest among sages, who purified the mind through yoga, removed the flaws of language through grammar, and cured the ailments of the body through the science of medicine. Patanjali is known by several names, such as Gonardhiya, Gonikaputra, Naganatha, Ahipati, Phanibhrita, Phanipati, Shesha, Vasuki, Bhogendra, and so on. It's also widely believed that Patanjali was an avatar of Sheshanag, the divine serpent. Even the most conservative estimates suggest that the Yogasutram was composed around 200 BC. The Yogasutram was written in the sutra style. A sutra is a very brief technical statement, usually of 3 or 4 words. This makes sutras very difficult to understand without the help of commentaries. As far as the Yogasutram is concerned, one of the oldest and highly respectable commentaries is that of Maharshi Vyasa. We shall be studying each sutra in the original Sanskrit along with Vyasa's commentary. We shall also be making references to Vachaspati Mishra's Tattva Vaisharadi and Vijnana Bhikshus Yoga Vartikam. The characteristics of Sutra literature will be discussed in detail in the next video. Types of Yoga. There are several schools of Yoga such as Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Siddha Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Natha Yoga, Laya Yoga, Swara Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Mantra Yoga, Prema Yoga, Surata Yoga, etc. We have so many varieties of yoga because yoga is open to all. There are no restrictions of gender, class, qualification or age in yoga. You can be an atheist and still benefit from yoga because yoga is a science, not a faith. In the Yogasutram, Patanjali establishes the principles of Ashtanga Yoga, which means the 8-part yoga. Ashta means 8 and Anga means part. The 8 parts are Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. These will be discussed in the coming videos. We might wonder what the goal of Ashtanga Yoga is. The goal of Ashtanga Yoga is the total integration of the individual self, that is Jivatma, with the Supreme Self, Paramatma. The structure of the Yogasutram. The Yogasutram has 195 sutras. If printed as run-on matter, they might not occupy more than 3 pages of a notebook, but you could write volumes and volumes to explain them. These 195 sutras are divided into 4 chapters called padas. The first chapter is called the Samadhi Pada. It has 51 sutras. The second chapter is called Sadhana Pada. It has 55 sutras. The third chapter is called the Vibhuti Pada. It also has 55 sutras. And the fourth chapter is called the Kaivalya Pada. It has 34 sutras, totaling up to 195 sutras. According to Vyasa, the commentator, the Samadhi Pada is for the advanced practitioner of yoga, the Uttama Adhikari. The Sadhana Pada is for the medium level practitioner, the Madhyama Adhikari. And the Vibhuti Pada is for the less mature practitioner, the Adhama Adhikari. In the next video, we shall take up the first sutra of the Yogasutram, Atha Yoganuशासनम. Now begins the discipline of yoga.